When I started exploring Twitch a couple of months ago, I had no idea how anything worked. It's often like that when you see a new interface and you think, oh my god, they do things so differently. I'm so used to YouTube. But I thought, you know, Twitch is up and coming. There's this big audience there. I thought I'm gonna register and get an account there and just see how it works and see how I can make that work for me. And it's quite interesting. They have a very good way of uploading videos there and storing them there literally for free, and you can download the videos in the same quality that you've uploaded them as well. So it's very cool. It's more or less what Vimeo offer, but without the price tag. So very interested in that. It's, you know, backup video files literally anywhere. And of course Twitch is important for people who do live gaming, and that's, you know, I'm not really into that much, so but it's nevertheless, I thought it's good for me to have an account. So I did that, I registered, and of course I had no idea how anything worked. And I googled, or I searched for a game that I was into, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, and there was a guy streaming it, a young guy from South Africa who goes by the name of Noobslice. So big shout out to Noobslice, South Africa there, because he was very, very helpful in helping me understand how Twitch works. And we had a 15-minute chat there while he was streaming his game, and there were several other people in the chat as well. Very entertaining. We all gave him tips on how to proceed in the spider cave. So very, very nice community spirit and community interaction there. And I really like that spirit, that, you know, help a complete stranger out with something that you may or may not know. And I don't often see this from the other end. I don't often go out and ask people. I usually am the person who provides stuff to others, and others are grateful for me, but I don't often go out and ask for help if I need it myself. It's kind of a personality trait that I should really work on, because community works both ways. I totally agree and understand that. I just must make a mental note of that and remember that for myself. But one of the things that Noobslice says, and it's kind of his mantra, and I really appreciate that, and this is the quick tip, the inspirational message I have for you today: don't be afraid to suck. And that's such a beautiful thing to internalize. Don't be afraid to suck. And I want to make that my mantra as well. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about things going wrong. Enjoy sucking. Go ahead and suck. That's good, you know, because by sucking, by making mistakes, by things going wrong, you can look at them and say, hey, what can I do to make this better? So rather than us, and this is a densely human thing at the very heart of most of our cores, is, oh my god, I mustn't make a mistake. It's very important that we must not make mistakes. And it's literally all aspects of our lives are riddled with this attitude that nothing must go wrong. We must be perfect, we must deliver, we must be good at all times. We cannot afford to make mistakes. And of course, that's not allowing us to get any better at anything. We can probably do what we do, but we're not getting better at that. One of my musician school friends back at school, Mark Eberman, he was amazing on the bass. Funny enough, he's not chosen for that to be his profession, but he excelled at it. Was in Los Angeles, played with people like Chick Corea, and could have been a marvelous career. And he gave me such a powerful tip. We weren't big friends or anything, but he was one of those guys who was very inspirational for many of us, especially those who were aspiring to become musicians. And he said something, well, in order to get better while you practice, you got to play what you're not good at. And that made perfect sense, but that's really difficult, because if you can play several scales, then in order to enjoy playing music, you may tend to just keep playing the same tune over and over, because that's the one that sounds good, and the other ones that you can't play, you don't tend to play. But of course, by not playing them badly, you're never going to get better at playing them. And that's the point. Don't be afraid to suck. be tedious, be boring, be imperfect, be terrible, and just keep going at it, because only then, and you know, and record your failures, look at them, and don't beat yourself up about them. Just go and acknowledge, hey, there's an area that I can currently see that I can improve in, and go ahead and do that. And that is how you get better. And I think that's the mantra, and I think that's why this is such a beautiful thing that Noobslice said there. Don't be afraid to suck. And I don't even remember where exactly it is on his website or his channel. I really don't remember. I just thought, you know, this is something I really want to share with you guys. This is something I really want to make sure none of us forget. Because when we're young, when we're, you know, little children, when they start speaking, they make mistakes all the time. They suck at speaking, but they're not afraid to keep trying and trying again. Whereas grown-ups learning another language, they go, oh, I'm sorry, I can't really say that in that other language unless I'm absolutely 100% perfect at it, and I know how it's written in several dialects, and you know, I mustn't make mistakes, and I can't just spurt out a phrase, because you know, it'll be terrible. People will laugh at me. It'll be embarrassing. So I think that's what this fear is about, that we would be acknowledging a vulnerability. And of course, we don't want to we can't afford for anyone to see that we're not perfect, because that would cost us our job and our career and our relationship, and in life as we know it would be over. None of that is true, though. That's the God honest truth. None of that is true. Just go ahead and be you, and by it not being perfect, there actually is a charm to that. It's very charming to see people not being perfect, because otherwise we'd all be like everyone on TV, and that's just not what we're looking for. These super amazingly perfect, polished things. Now we're getting into this thing that things are so perfect that we need to start introducing flaws into them again. I mean, look at these things, these apps like Hipstermatic. Oh, we couldn't clean, and we can take a clean, super amazing 12 megapixel or higher photo from our mobile phone. Let's see how we can make it look like an analog, flawed, imperfect thing that really is terrible. But that is what makes it beautiful. So by not being perfect, that's what makes us human, and that also is what makes us beautiful at the end of the day. So go ahead and suck, be terrible at what you do, keep doing it, and share this imperfection, this badness with the world, because that is really what makes you better in the long run. Invite feedback into your life. Ask people, hey, how can I make this better? Because I don't think it's perfect, but I also can't see what's going on here. An example from my life, literally from yesterday, was my first game stream on YouTube. It turned out to be very nice get together. A few people popped in and we had a really nice time, just chatted about anything and everything 3D related, and this is exactly why I wanted to do it. The community spirit really was there, and that's exactly what I wanted. That's perfect. I think it worked for all of us, and I'm looking forward to making this a regular thing. It's 4 p.m. in the afternoon on a Saturday. That's 9 p.m. in the UK, 10 p.m. in Europe, and 9 a.m. I believe on Sunday morning in Sydney, Australia. So, but of course, I had practiced the technical aspects of streaming, kind of a very difficult to render game in 1080p 60, and I've tested this many literally since the beginning of the year, and finally I've found the perfect formula that I thought was going to work, and it worked on Twitch. That's great. So I thought it's going to work on YouTube as well, and did it Buffalo? Of course it didn't work. I was live, it came to about like 5 minutes into the stream, and my encoder overloaded, and I was giving out too high a data rate. Some setting wasn't right that I couldn't figure out in time. So I had to stop the stream and reduce the quality, and in the end we were looking at a lot of buffering issues, and the video looked literally terrible. So the sad thing about it is that the one thing I was trying to present, i.e. the beautiful underwater graphics of Subnautica in the highest possible resolution, I didn't manage to do that. And it was such a shame, and I was really sad about that, and I thought, well, maybe we should go ahead and delete the videos, and you know, it really looked so bad. I really don't want to share that with people. And then I thought, you know what, it's fine, you know, you're not perfect at this, you're just getting started here. Yes, of course things are going to go wrong, and it's fine, leave them there. That's, you know, the community interaction was there, that's what this was all about, and people were having fun, I was having fun. This is exactly what we achieved our goal. So it wasn't perfect, so what? Is that a crime? No, I mean, you know, it's just, why would I try and eradicate that mistake now? But it was an impulse that I had, and I thought I'd share that with you as well. And I decided, no, actually, embrace the badness, embrace the imperfection, embrace the fact that this wasn't as perfect as I had set out for it to be. That's totally fine. We're humans. This is exactly what Billy Joel was saying, you know, in his song Second Wind, or probably better known as You're Only Human. It makes us beautiful. Let's keep sucking together. Let's keep making bad things, and just be aware of it, and just it keeps getting better from there on in. That's all I wanted to say. Big shout out to everyone who's visited me in the game stream yesterday, and of course a massive shout out to Noobslice South Africa. Visit his channel on Twitch and drop him a subscription if you're at it. So there we go. Don't be afraid to suck. My quick tip for you today.